Yo, 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 yo. What's up? It's time for the Earl soldiers to appear, stand up, and be counted. Just a nice, tight Tuesday night stream. There's no purpose of this stream this evening. It's an open forum. By the way, check me out on Chappelle Lacey and Joel Jimenez podcast, Lesser Known Characters on YouTube, where we do a deep dive into my musical influences. Very fun podcast. If not for anything, it's good just to hear Chappelle laugh. He's got the best laugh in the business. So please check out my new short. I believe I released a few hours ago. Trying to overtake YouTube with my stand-up clips. Thank you very much. Thank you to the Comedy Store for taping every main room show. Yes, Ron Jeremy Jr., from what I understand, Joel is quite well endowed. But we don't talk about other guys' dicks in here. We only talk about mine. Bonjour. Oui, oui. -4 degrees in Chicago. Yikes. And it ain't Friday. By the way, speaking of other days of the week, I'll be at the Comedy Store this Saturday night. The usual 12:15 in the main room, where another set will be recorded and cut up into chunks. So for you guys who aren't in Los Angeles, you can still get a taste of Earl at the Comedy Store. I thought you were in Los Feliz, Leilani. Did you give me wrong information? It's okay if you did. I know how girls on the internet like to lurk in the shadows. I believe the Palisades fire, it ain't out. I think the Eaton fire, none of them are 100% contained. What up, One Santos One? Yeah, I mean, the fires are no joke. That's for sure. It's, I mean, my mom was from Cartersville, Georgia. So that's I mean, the fires are crazy. I mean, like I said, I mean, the toughest thing about the fires was that they were all in different areas. It's not like they were lumped together so the firemen could like do a couple hours here, then go to this fire. Eaton fires spread out, Pasadena fires far from Eaton. Palisades is far from those. I mean, Palisades and Malibu are relatively close, but it was just insanity 2 weeks ago. And then you had a couple fires by me, and it's not that the fires could have gotten to me. What up, Colt? But it's more the embers, with the winds. And, my building's probably 60% wood. The rest stucco and not brick, but a brickish-like material. So it was scary, It was definitely... well, Lois coughs so much that her lungs are immune to any other... she got fluid in the lungs, heart murmur, trachea problems. So, I just took her for a 2-hour walk, and she loved it. So she's got great endurance for a dog that is medically hurting right now. Still some snow herring. Yeah, I mean, she's doing all right. I mean, let's get a Lois check in right now. I know you guys enjoy that. That is Lois. She's a little tired right now. Lois is a soldier. She's tired. I gave her a lot of salmon treats, and I gave her a little extra food. As you can see, the head is slowly going down. The eyes are shutting, and she's not coughing, and that's the important thing. She is really adorable, to be honest with you. Let's get a tight shot in there. Let's see. I mean, look at that. She's just chilling right now. That's one of two anxiety beds she sleeps in. She is tired. There's no doubt about that. So I just wanted you guys to get a glimpse of Lois. Let's turn this around. And Joey Diaz is a soldier as well. I think Joey was in the hospital the last few days, so I hope Joey is. I think he said he's going home sooner than later. Joey's always been good to me. I believe he is residing in New Jersey now. I do miss him out here. I don't think I've ever inhaled so much weed in my life. The one night I did his podcast with Lee Syatt, which ironically is episode 666. Well, Joey's had a lot more drugs than Lois. But, Joey's a good man. And he's missed out here at the Comedy Store in Los Angeles. Always trying to help people. A good dude. Kip Smith in the house. We have a message being held for review. Let me see here. You have gay lips. Well, that's a line you've used a lot, Gollum. You need some new writing. What would you have done if Ari would have dosed you? I would have kicked his ass, to be honest with you. I don't tolerate that. I love Ari, but that's, yeah, that's a no-go for me. Yeah, see, I think Ari would have, just for the goof. Hey, he's never done drugs before. Let's see what it's like when he's on them. And I'm not like a fighter or whatever. I'm 56, man. I'm not picking fights with people, but in that particular instance, that I would not react favorably. I don't care if he's friends with Rogan or not. I don't care if Rogan was in the room. Yeah, 100%. Whoa. Yeah, I haven't been asked back to do Corolla. I thought we got along, to be honest with you, but it's his show. So I'm not sure. I don't think I annoyed him at all. I mean, I get invited to the Christmas party every year, but I'd rather, yeah, but he might know jujitsu, but I'm telling you right now that, if someone were to do something like that, I don't care what because I have an anger level. It's rarely used because I'm really never angry, but it's not good when I'm angry. I'm not a great fighter. I mean, I don't fight at all, to be honest with you. I don't have the whole clip. I think he has it. I mean, I had a good time, but I think when you put a jujitsu person up against someone who's just got a almost like Riri strength, when I get mad, I'm like almost superhuman. Like you hear people when they, like older people, when they feel in danger, they can lift a car, just because something kicks in their nervous system and they just they get this strength that they've never had before. That's me when I'm angry. Um, what about Sam Tripoli? What's your opinion about him? Sam's a good friend of mine. We do a lot of late night sets together at the Comedy Store. I don't know if I buy into all the conspiracy theory stuff, but I don't. That's Sam's brand and whatnot. So, but I get along with him. What up? What up? Mud Sharks Unite. It's Lois checking in, checking in. Good night, Leilani. I'll see you when you get back from Georgia. So I think the fires. I mean, they're not out, but they're definitely the air quality sucks for sure. But we have movement. We have movement with Lois. There she is. Whoa. Yeah, I mean, I like Sam, and listen, he's definitely honed in on the brand of that conspiracy theory crowd for sure. It's not necessarily for me, but it's a huge base of people who like Alex Jones and shit like that. So I it's just not the energy I have. Yeah, I mean, I don't think. Yeah, Lois, she likes to get up and do the rounds, and she'll go back into her bed. I don't really believe in too many conspiracies. I mean, there's some things I do find interesting. Like that first Trump assassination kid. I don't know how a guy with no military training sneaks past police, Secret Service, and that just doesn't make sense to me. But I'm open. I have an open mind with stuff like that, but I've rarely had someone explain stuff like that to me where it made sense. So, um, I think Sam has really cornered the market on. Yeah, I mean, it's just weird to me that a guy was walking around with a rifle and like it just, you know, just the way it's being presented to us does not make any sense at all to me. Um, and I'm not a guy who, black ops and Lois. I don't know what Lois is doing. Let me check it on Lois. Hold on here. Hold on. Lois is gone on a mission right now. Lois, get out of it. What are you doing back there? I don't think I've ever seen Lois back there. Let's take a sneaky peek. A very dusty area. I mean, this is the thread. Look at that. Broke clean off. I don't think I've ever shown you guys these. The Ultimate Warrior comics. Lois, get back in your bed. Back in the bed. Come on, move back. There's the jellies with the light on. The Archer's Kaliev strip. Look at that butt end. Say, Jelly's Frisbee. Of course, my autograph picture of Chewbacca. Stephanie McMahon. It's my very first picture with Stephen Pearcy. Look at that blonde-haired Earl. There's me with Triple H. Let's see what else. There's it's my mom right there. I believe something is in this. Yeah, Gene Simmons autograph. And what else? Yeah, I got Lance Reddick autographed cover of The Wire. Turtle from the North Shore. And Turtle from Point Break when he came over to do my. There's a picture of one of the greatest dogs ever. Picture of, I can't really see that, me and Lois. And, well, we don't know who that is, but I'm alive and well. Where am I? All right, Lois is back in her bed. Sorry about that. I had to make sure that she wasn't going to tip the TV over or something. I mean, what other streams give you a tour of their condo? I don't know if the Ultimate Warrior sucked. I mean, he was not a great in-ring technician wrestler, I would say that. And his promos were beyond insane. But you know what? We still talk about his promos. How many opponents or wrestlers from the Warriors time frame, say from 85 to 98, but really his promos in the WWE or WWF at the time, we still talk about those promos. We don't talk about Don Morocco's promos anymore. We don't talk about, the British Bulldogs promos anymore. Yes, R.I.P. John Sykes. Do you consider yourself to be a man-child? 100%. Baby man. I'm a baby man. And even his first promo in WCW, which was 28 minutes, it was supposed to be like 9 minutes. And he just said, fuck it. I'm going to do it 28 minutes. And they were on live TV, so they couldn't go to commercial. And, but, I could understand why people didn't like the guy. He was not, it was the same moves. Gorilla press slam, run the ropes, and the flying elbow. I do decorate like a 40-year-old virgin, but trust me, I ain't no virgin, brother. But, most wrestlers have the same moves. Ric Flair has the same moves. Figure four, the chest chop, the Flair drop. The Rock, same couple moves, run the ropes, people's elbow. I thought the Warrior was the perfect wrestler for the perfect time. Late 80s, looked like Bon Jovi on steroids. Yeah, that was the best move when I believe he was wrestling Sid at SummerSlam. And he basically was and he was standing right at the gorilla position, which is right behind the curtain where all the monitors are and all that stuff. And he just looked at Vince and said something to the effect of, I'm going to need $1 million more or I'm not walking out. And he had Vince over the barrel, because he waited until the absolute last minute. He got his $1 million, but then he got fired right after the match. If you're looking at actual wrestlers, I would say Bret Hart, Mr. Perfect, Lance Storm, Chris Benoit. His wrestling was almost as good as his murder skills. And there was certainly some other great in-ring technicians. But then you have the characters. Hulk Hogan was not a great wrestler, which is funny because him and Warrior put on an amazing match at WrestleMania 6 at Skydome, Toronto, which you wouldn't think two guys who aren't really known to wrestle well would wrestle well. But, they, I think, set each other up given their very limited in-ring abilities, and it worked. Um, oh, thank you. Yeah, I had a very fun time on the Chappelle Lacey Joel Jimenez podcast. Check it out. Um, it's called Lesser Known Characters. I believe it's on all the usual spots: Spotify, Apple. It's fun on YouTube because you can see us. Yeah, Dean Malenko, man of 1,000 moves. Great in-ring wrestler. Eddie Guerrero was a great wrestler. Um, who else? A lot of the high flyers. Chavo Guerrero was a great wrestler. Um, but I've always liked the guys. The big guys, the big men. John Studd. Akeem. Akeem, the African Dream, who was one man gang before he was Akeem. He was a good wrestler for someone that size. Dusty Rhodes, Nikita Koloff. Um, yeah, I mean, Benoit was a great wrestler. It's, are you a Jew? Well, that's a little personal, Mike. I mean, Baron Trump, he looks autistic, man. There's something going on with him. And I'm not making fun of him if he is autistic, but yeah, Bam Bam Bigelow was a great wrestler for a guy his size. Um, I'm trying to think. I mean, when you get into big men wrestling, I mean, there's, Mike Awesome was not necessarily a great wrestler from a technical standpoint, but for a guy his size, he could really move. Wardlow is very, I would say, adept at being athletic and that size. Um, I mean, Yokozuna was, I mean, he couldn't really move well, but he was athletic for a guy that big. But I don't look at Kevin Owens as a big guy. I mean, he's like one of those in-betweeners, although he is in one of my favorite promos ever with him and Elias when they are in Seattle and they're talking about John Cena in the main event. And it's something to the effect Elias, with perfect comedy timing, was, now John Cena in the main event against me, it just doesn't make sense. Kind of like a basketball team in Seattle. And the crowd went nuts. And then with just perfect timing, he waited, and goes, now Oklahoma City, I get that. But Seattle, no. And it was amazing, the pop, or I should say the reaction he got. Um, so, I mean, that's pretty interesting. I mean, I don't know if that means it'll be weird, like if, Seth Rollins is against Dolph Ziggler. I'd like to see Moose against some WWE guys. It'll be interesting to see what AEW does as a counter. I mean, maybe they could do something with NWA, but I don't really know very many people in NWA, so but it's good. I mean, I think WWE and AEW, they're kind of pushing each other to like do better. And Danish and O'Neill, yes, I don't know what that has to do with wrestling, but yes, Danish and O'Neill, one of the great tag teams in comedy history for sure. And I still, people ask me what happened between those two, and Chung Lee, yes, the great Bolo Young. I keep out of other people's drama. I got my own drama, so I really don't know what happened. When you work with someone that long, you're bound to split up at some point. I mean, unless you're Gene and Paul, and you just, hey, man, we make the most money with each other. Let's just shut up and fucking, we'll deal with each other. Um, I mean, I'm trying to think who else was a good big man. I mean, Edge, I don't know if I'd say he's a big man like John Studd size, but he's very good for someone his size. I mean, he's a big boy. Um, And then, I mean, Andre the Giant certainly wasn't a great in-ring technician, but in his earlier years, he was very, yeah, Vader, great. That's a great call there. Big Van Vader, very, very nimble and very stiff. I mean, he brought an element of realism to his matches because he was really laying it in there, and there was very few people who could lay it in their back. So. Rick Rude was not a big man, but one of my favorite performers. I mean, he carried Warrior several times to very good matches. I mean, you see that one clip of Vader when his eye popped out and he popped it back in himself and just kept wrestling. I mean, that's a tough, tough man right there for sure. You don't really see too many guys like him in this era. I'm trying to think this era, big men who can wrestle. I mean, Lance Archer's very good. Um, yeah, good call on that, Dylan. You didn't ask the black. The black guy's name is Chappelle Lacey, and well, I haven't been on a date in a minute, to be honest with you, Yellow Freak. Girls just come over. Hello. Yeah, well, I've always wondered why Guns N' Roses doesn't play One in a Million, but then I thought, oh, yeah, they do have a huge black drummer. Frank Ferrer, I think is his name. So hit the like and subscribe button, babies, please. Um, I mean, the last date I went on, a couple weeks ago, it was kind of a dud, but that's how it works out sometimes on these dates. Um, it happens. Be right back. You got it, Kip Smith. I'll take over the moderating duties. Hit the like button, you heroes. Colt C, a member for 2 months. I'll give you a green light on that one. Thank you, Colt C. Yeah, sticks for Happy Days. Bert Perkins was in there, I think, last night. Didn't he die of AIDS? Sticks from Happy Days? Didn't he get into porn or something? I mean, Cole Cabana's not a big guy. By the way, that I think he's in charge some set of Pro Wrestling Tees. I gotta be honest with you, that new Okada shirt I bought is a little tight for a large, and not quite as soft. I'll tell you that much. Yeah, I know a guy who died of visual aids. He got hit in the head with a film projector. Hello. Well, let me look up Sticks from Happy Days. I believe he got into porn or something. I forget his name. Sorry, I don't have a producer, so I've got to do all this myself. Sticks, Happy Days. John Bailey, American actor. Let's see what John Bailey. John Bailey, born June 4th, 1947. Died November 13th, 1994. I was right. During the 1980s, Bailey began a career in pornographic films under the pseudonym Jack Baker. In 1984, he appeared in Let Me Tell You About White Chicks. His other collaborations were New Wave Hookers, The Devil and Miss Jones 3, A New Beginning, and The Devil and Miss Jones 4, The Final Outrage. Although his pornographic career initially had often called on him to participate in the explicit sex scenes, somewhere around the time of the Miss Jones movies, he had largely, for the most part, ceased performing hardcore sex on screen and became known as a non-sex actor in the business. His adult roles, particularly for the Dark Brothers, often were comedic in nature and poked fun at racial stereotypes. According to the Internet Adult Film Database, Bailey appeared in more than 140 films and produced one movie. Bailey died of bladder cancer in 1994 at the age of 47, which, might have been a cancer. I'm not obviously trying to start a rumor about Sticks from Happy Days, but AIDS really exasperates cancers. So, when you see some of the actors, who like died of pancreatic cancer and other, bladder cancer, it's kind of weird. From that era, it makes you go, oh, I wonder if it was AIDS. Donnie Most, the great Donnie Most. I think I met him at the beach once. I'm like, man, this guy's whiter than I am. Did you see CM Punk kind of promo on Hulk Hogan on Raw, saying he'd eliminate him and kill Hulkamania forever? I don't want to see Hulk Hogan and CM Punk wrestle. I've already sat through Ric Flair's last match live, baby. Uh, Hulk Hogan's had like 2 hip replacement surgeries, back surgeries, knee surgeries. He's probably the only one more nimble than CM Punk. But, you know, I wouldn't mind seeing CM Punk beat up Hulk Hogan in a promo and then someone comes in to save Hulk Hogan. But CM Punk would probably get hurt in the fucking promo. Um, but he's a legit tough guy. Listen, he did have 2 UFC fights, and CM Punk did train with Duke Rufus, who's like a pretty iconic fighter. I believe he trained Anthony Pettis, among others. Um, I kind of wish they would have put Jack Perry against CM Punk in AEW. Vince would have done that. After that backstage fight in All In London, Vince would have said, you guys are the next main event. Let's make some money, honey. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen cold C, but hey, who knows? I think Owen Hart's still alive, and he's just going to come in for the save at some time. I will say the Bloodline storyline. Now, I don't watch WWE, but it is a little long in the tooth, but people do seem to enjoy it. I would love to meet MJF because I hear when he meets people in public, he stays in character. So, like MVP is so nice. If you ever have a chance to talk to him, he's so nice. Kind of ruins the heel character now for me. So, but so far I've not met MVP. I've met a lot of AEW guys. I will be going to see them in March out here. I believe they're at the Kia Forum. Still hard for me to call it the Kia Forum, but that'll be fun. I get to see all my friends, RJ City, Harley Cameron, Big Bill. I don't know. Obviously, 2 months out, how many people are. MVP is the manager of the Hurt Syndicate. I will not be going to WrestleMania in Vegas. A Michael Jackson impersonator is very good on the independent scene. His name is Santana Jackson. He's actually a really good wrestler. And he does these matches where most of his moves are based around Michael Jackson's music. Like he does a moonwalk DDT. But I could see that, why that character's kind of limiting because you could never have him in WWE or AEW unless they paid for the rights to the music. But he's a very good. If you have a chance to see Santana Jackson in a independent show, please go do it. Yeah, I did see TNA partner with the WWE. It's interesting. I would like to see Moose against people I've never seen him before. I don't know how they would work with like Dolph Ziggler. That could be awkward. I know what happened with Jericho on Collision. I don't think I saw Collision this week, or maybe I sped through it. And I did see Collision this week. I saw Okada and Ishii, 2 Japanese legends. I don't remember a Jericho botch in there. Let me check it out. Let me without showing you guys, Jericho botch on Collision. I'm sure there's 1,000 clips on it. Let's see here. AEW forced to make big change after embarrassing botch involving Chris Jericho. Coming. This is September 16th, 2024. So I'm not sure. Yeah, the Hardy Boys, they're still kicking. Um, all right, I'm not picking up on the botch. But what happened? What happened? I don't see anything up there. But um, oh, did they fuck up the finish? Was the Montreal screw job a work? That's an interesting question. I don't. I mean, people still talk about it. I mean, I don't know. I don't think it was. I don't think. I've heard the wacky conspiracies of, Vince sent Bret Hart to ruin WCW. I think it was a legit shoot. Uh, I mean, it'll be interesting to see like where like you have someone like Moose. Do you have him maybe in a WrestleMania match against say like a Seth Rollins, or do you keep him like do you have him NXT? Well, what was the botch though? I mean, let me see. Let me look on my iPad. It's a little better for me. Let's see here. The ending of. Let me see. Let me see here. We go to YouTube on my iPad. Let me see. Turn this light on for a second. Mirko botch on collision. All right, let's see what pops up. Okay, now I'm going to turn the sound off. Well, actually, I guess I can keep it on.
We have not seen the evidence yet, but we assume that they are coming.
And you're taking this seriously.
Jericho's got the bill. But we're taking it incredibly seriously. We feel like we have to take the president at his word. Side suplex. I think he punched the referee in the eye. What?
I mean, I don't see anything too wacky.
The referee, Bryce Webster, cannot even call it. Check the referee and Dak sticks down on the bell. 1, 2, 3. Second.
I mean, it seems a little disjointed. All right. Well, I mean, it definitely didn't look. Whoa. Sorry about that. It definitely didn't look like an amazing match, which is kind of weird because those are two fucking pros, for sure. Patty Please. We can always use a good Patty Please reference. What up? I am Earl from the Jellies. No worries. We'll just do a few more minutes, guys. And then I'm going to go to the gym and work out on my already fabulous 56-year-old body. Patty Please. Popped pink pickles. Jesus. I don't even know what that means. No, not Gym. 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 Although there is a sports bar down the street from me called Gym, and I thought it stood for gym, like gymnasium. It turns out it stands for a gay young male. Hello! Boing, 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 boing. Hit the like and subscribe button, pretty please. Please. I don't ask you guys for too much. Tommy S, are you smoking the marijuana? Yeah, what happened to Camille from AEW? She was like Mercedes valet, and then she just disappears. See, that's vintage AEW right there. You bring in this girl from NWA, you build her up as basically a China type character, and then you just take her off of TV. Like it makes zero sense. Good for you, Tommy S. Good for you. I don't hate on you. If you're drinking right now, good for you. Smoke them if you got them, baby. Um, will Drew Dowdy come back? I don't know. I mean, they need something. I mean, last night they looked real out of sorts, and then I think they're 1-4 in their last 5 games. I mean, they've definitely hit a valley. Um, they're just not scoring right now. Riddick looked a little off last night, but the whole team did. But they are coming off once again the second 7-game road trip they've had, and then they play tomorrow night, and then I think they go on the road for 5 more. But then, like the last 2 months of the season, I think 22 of the last 30 games are at home, so it kind of it all evens out, I guess. Um, Please hit the thumbs up. Also, we don't talk about Jeff Ross in here. For $100 we do, but like, um, so that's how we do it here. We don't talk about the Dabbleverse, Steel Toe, or whatever that is. Rob Saul and all the other loony bins. This is a nice tight. We just talk about anything but that shit. We can talk wrestling. We can talk politics. We can talk conspiracy theories. We can talk about the weather. We can talk about we don't do the Ray DeVito stuff in here. It's not that kind of show. We don't talk about gay ops or whatever. Nuh-uh. And no, I'm not going to kill Kevin. I've been getting a lot of people asking me if I'm a surprise guest. I'm not flying to the other end of the country. Last year Hackmania was different because it was a 4-hour drive that turned into 7 hours. But that's my fault. Geddy Lee is amazing. Perkins, he lurks. He's in the shadows of this stream, which I can appreciate. But 1725. Yeah, I mean it's not the most people we've had in here. The numbers lately they've leveled off. We used to get 30 to 40 people in here, so maybe I should start doing this earlier. 5 or 6 p.m. I'm still fucking with the algorithm. So, and like even my shorts, some of my shorts get 20 views, and then the next one gets 680. So it's just a very strange, I guess, phenomena that, yes, the lurkers, listen, numbers are numbers, baby. But hit the like and subscribe button and get in on the conversation, man. We can talk about whatever you want. This is a giving stream. And by the way, Friday I'll be streaming from the NAMM show. I'll be escorting Alice Cooper. Oh, that's good, TB. I mean, that shows it's coming. I don't make a lot of money on the shorts, but like those are more to get people eyes on the product. We talk about Vietnam if you'd like. I mean, Sunset Strip in the 80s was like Vietnam, and people were like, what? I'm like, you just had to be there. You either were there or you weren't there. So, yeah, I mean, I'm trying, Todd. I'm just, I mean, it does help to get the subscribers up, and then you get thrown in more of the recommended videos. When you watch a video and then it ends, you see the next group of videos, and when you can start getting in that algorithm, it it helps. I'm not gonna lie, it absolutely doesn't suck. Well, Eastern, that would be a very short conversation on here. Trust me on that one. Um, yeah, I bet you have ACDC. Did you ever go? Oh my God, I did go to the Black and Blue Club. I think the rumor about the Black and Blue Club was Dolph Lundgren had something to do with it. I mean, that was, yes, R.I.P. John Sykes, slide it in. I'm gonna slide it in right to the top. Slide it in. I ain't never gonna stop. You talk too much. Always saying what's on your mind. Great, great tune. Um, I mean, that was an awesome get on the Harlan Highway. I would love to, but he's got to invite me. See, that's something that the fans could help with. If you tweet or whatever, I Instagram to Harlan, hey, had this guy on. He probably doesn't know who I am. I mean, when I see him, he's like, hey, what's up? But that would help. And Scott Baio, man, damn, we might know each other, TB. I mean, I was at the Playboy Mansion with Scott Baio once. Um, I mean, I'm trying to think Garden of Eden was around that time of Black and Blue, Roxbury, Tramps at the Beverly Center. I mean, it was a very, at one time in my life, I was a club kid. I would hit all the nightclubs in the LA area, and it was pretty freaking fantastic. Um, yes, you guys been drinking? A little bit of the bubbly? Do you think David Coverdale is really mourning John? Probably not. They didn't like each other. It happens. Um, I mean, I'm sure if I died tomorrow, Jeff Ross wouldn't be sad at all. He'd fake it. Oh, I loved Earl deep down. He's a very funny guy. Bullshit. Um, and if he died tomorrow, I wouldn't be devastated, to be honest with you. I wouldn't be happy, but I wouldn't be sad. Um, yeah, I mean, Chachi really, I would be torn up. Oh, well, I appreciate that. But I'm just saying, answering the John Sykes, they didn't like each other, and I mean, I think when Sykes got fired from Whitesnake, and I think he was replaced with like Steve Vai and Vivian Campbell, he was like, "Fuck you guys." Um, very rarely did I go to the country club. Uh, Whatever it takes, when I'm on Gutfeld, I'm going to say, I'm an improv guy, so, I'm going to say whatever comes into my brain. And, there's no guarantees I'll ever be on Gutfeld again, so I will go all in that one episode. Did you, I mean, I ran into those guys. I ran into Tori Spelling a lot, um, Mickey Rourke. Uh, I used to go to house parties. If you've ever seen the movie Orgasmo, there's a house that's the center part of the film. That really nice house. It's just off of Sunset by Marymount High School. I would go. That guy had some wacky parties on Friday nights. Um, I'm trying to think what Club 321 in Santa Monica, 321 Santa Monica Boulevard. Did I ever sleep with Jane Fonda? No, but I do live right down the street from her at one time bustling yoga studio on Robertson, but I've never slept with Jane Fonda. I slept with Harry Fonda. Hello. Well, that's the thing. I mean, I think when you look at the regular group of the rotation on Gutfeld, it's Adam Hunter, it's Jamie Lasalle, Joe Mackey. I don't think that I would blow my opportunity because I'm fucking funny, to be honest with you. Um, but Scatman Crothers, we can always use a Scatman Crothers reference, 100%. Um, I mean, I think The Wrestler was a pretty accurate movie. Um, but I'm trying to think, you know, and it would be great if I was either on with Rob Schneider, because we're friends, or on with my cousin RFK. I mean, that's something that I could bring to the table of, hey, there's this guy, he's a comic, and his cousin's RFK. I mean, that's a natural fucking fit, I think. Um, Yeah, I mean, there are some cute girls on Gutfeld. I'd probably be stuck with all dudes. Yeah, Florentine's good on everything. He's just funny, man, and he's really quick. He's like a deeper voiced Harland. I mean, he's just very, very good. Um, and I always look forward to seeing Jim when he's out here in LA. I'm going to go all in on Gutfeld. Trust me on that one. I mean, I don't really watch Gutfeld, to be honest with you. I don't really want to watch other comics on a gig I want. And that's no hate towards them. I don't know. I want to be on it. I don't want to watch Joe DeVito on it. And that's not a knock on Joe DeVito. I don't know him. We'll see what happens. I mean, I don't think it makes you famous, but you definitely get a few thousand followers from it. Um, I mean, Rob lives in Arizona now, so I don't. We speak periodically on the phone. Um, he asked me last week for my funniest, like 1 minute clip of stand up, and so he could send it to Gutfeld. So, um, we'll see what happens. I mean, Rob is friends with Gutfeld, so I'm not gonna, I put it out there and then I just don't worry about it. Like I did a voiceover audition last week for a really big cartoon that would help me out a lot. And sometimes in the past, I would dwell, oh my God, I wonder if I got it. I wonder if I literally would wake up, did I get it? Did I get it? Would go to sleep. I'd be going to sleep, did I get it? Did I get it? Now I just do them and I don't even think about them anymore. So, um, well, I mean, don't let your talent of not being funny ruin your dream of being a comic because, yes, Rob is a Republican. I mean, I'm more in the middle, to be completely honest with you. I mean, Rob believes in what he believes in, and he says it, and probably pisses off a lot of his liberal friends, but he doesn't really care at this point. I mean, he's lived a very good life, and he makes great money. I mean, he could never work again and just live off the residuals. I mean, if I get this, and I've been in a few TV shows. These are my SAG checks from last week. Can you imagine what Rob Schneider gets? So, I mean, I don't know. I never know the voiceover competition for my gig, but I can absolutely guess, that probably Rob Riggle went out for it, Dylan McDermott, Billy Brown, the usual characters. I mean, I'm going up against the same people every single time, basically. Uh, I mean, I think Rob Schneider has fuck off money. Um, so he's got Deuce Bigelow money, he's got the Animal money, he's got Deuce Bigelow 2 money, he's got the Hot Chick money, he's got his Netflix show, he's got, his SNL money. I mean, he is, I mean, even the CBS sitcom he had, that probably paid pretty nice. And, his stand up shows sell out. I mean, he maybe not doesn't play arenas, but he plays big theaters. I've been in some of those theaters with him, man. It's fucking pretty dope. And I get paid anywhere from 2 to 5 grand for those gigs. So if I'm getting that, I can imagine what he's getting. I don't really. I'm not familiar with. We got 3 minutes, guys. 3 minutes. I'm not really familiar with Joe DeRosa's upper body, and Jesus, I hope I'm never not familiar with Joe DeRosa's upper body. Yeah, I mean, I think the funny story that he told me about Judge Dredd was they shot the ending, and then Rob went off to his next movie, and then Stallone didn't really like the ending, and it was over something really minute. I mean, like really minute. So Rob had to fly out in the middle of doing another movie to reshoot the ending to Judge Dredd. And he says at the end of the day, they used the original cut. Are you in Happy Gilmore too? I was not asked. I mean, I know Adam Sandler, but I don't know him well enough where he would want to put me in his next movie. That would help me out, no doubt about it. But, I can't complain. He's always nice to me. And no, we've got 2 minutes now, 2 minutes left for all your questions. I've hit the goal of $0. So, we're going another 2 minutes. And then I must gallant off after I walk Lois to hit the John Reed Gymnasium. Have you ever met Chris Maloney? I never have, but he did play Detective Mark Furman in the TV movie about my cousin's murder trial. Um, Adam is incredible. Just for a star of that stature, he is awesome. Are there any gigs you think you could get by asking for a favor, but don't want to feel like begging? Yeah, a lot of them. I mean, I'm sure if I asked Joey Diaz to pump me to Rogan, Joey would. But that I know Joe doesn't like to be asked, so it's one of those things that I don't want to go on because Joey asked me to have Earl on. I'll have him on. I want Joe to be like, "Hey, Skakel's coming on. Let's have some fun." Um, can we end the stream MXM collection style? What did you get when you crossed an owl and a bungee cord? What? It's a street joke, but come on, hit me, Tommy. I love the MXM collection. I'm friends with Mason on Instagram. Um, well, good for them. Good for them, Super Soft. All right, we got 30 seconds, guys. Well, because I hit the goal of doing an hour stream for no money, $0, I will do another 2 minutes. We'll do 1 hour and 2 minutes. So, yeah, I mean, I'm sure, like I could please, and he probably would. But I don't know. I want to get gigs because I'm fucking funny. Um, so, but that's just not how the business works. You got to beg, borrow, and steal, as Eddie Guerrero would say, to get ahead in this business. But it's Super Slav $1.99 baby cakes. Now we'll do another. It's because of Super Slav. We hit the goal. Wait, that's the wrong ray gun. Sorry about that. Thank you, Super Slav, for your generosity. Did your cousins get upset about the band, the Dead Kennedys? I mean, I'm sure they weren't pleased. One of the great punk bands. I think was their singer's name Jello Biafra or Pato Bonton, one of those guys. Goal achieved. Actually, we really achieved double the goal. I mean, double of zero, I guess, would be zero. So we've really exceeded the goal by an unbelievable amount. Hulkamaniac forever, brother. Fuck yeah. Richard's a lurker in the stream. He don't say a lot in the stream, but he keeps it real. I know I am running the light because of Super Slav. So thank you for the tip, Super Slav. Yes, we've got 19 people in here, 30 likes. Your cousins were pissed about the Dead Kennedys. How do you think mine felt? Maybe we'll end the stream on some new jokes I've been working on. Let's pull out Earl's handy dandy jokes. Let's see. I finally got into one of those driverless Waymo cars, and man, I wish they could do that with a girl, where you get everything a girl can do except talk. Hello. That's a misogynistic joke. I'll do only if the crowd's hot. What if Mike Tyson became a woman? He would dominate female sports like nobody's business. Let's see Caitlin Clark do that. You want women in sports, men's sports, and men and women's sports? Well, it's time Mike Tyson chops it off. He gotten enough pussy. Unbelievable, that OnlyFans girl who slept with 1,057 guys. I mean, the record was only like 960. She didn't have to fuck another 100 guys, but she did it because she's in it to win it. She's in it to win it. No, I work alone, Kip Smith. I work alone. I'm like Schwarzenegger's team in Predator. I work alone. But thank you, though. Kip Smith on the house tonight, moderating duties. William Zoom is probably out helping a neighbor, and Gina Babina is, she's probably in, I don't know, Melton's stream or whoever is streaming right now. I understand that I am probably one of your last streaming options for the evening, and I can respect that. We've got one more minute, guys, so get in all your questions and answers and whatnot, and then Earl must go to the John Reed gym and do some cardio. Tommy S. is high and drunk. Welcome. Thank you for your contributions tonight, Tommy. You're always welcome in the stream. Gina is in high demand. I mean, I don't know who would want to be a moderator in multiple people's streams, but as Kip Smith will tell you, and Kip, thank you very much for your upcoming schedule stream help. I still don't know what the hell to do, but I'll figure it out. What's Melton? Patrick Melton. Patrick Melton, not melting, not Patrick melting. All right, 30 seconds, guys. Get your last minute questions in. We'll give you one last shot of the most amazing dog on planet Earth. Oh, she's sleeping right now, so let's be quiet. She's just chilling right now. Look at the baby. Look at that baby dog. All right, we've already hit 30 likes. We've got 19 people in the stream. All of you, hit the like and subscribe button if you have not done so already. And I'm going to experiment tomorrow on the stream. Maybe we'll go back to an AEW watch along or whatever and see what happens. Maybe at least like the first hour, and then I'll watch the final hour by myself with Lois. Earl Skakel, out.